Hello there and welcome to another review right off the back of reviewing the Wally and Eve brickheads, which you can see in yesterday's video. I decided to take a look at this Dobby that my fiance now has built, and this is her set, so I am grateful to be able to review it for the channel. And you can see it comes with a few accessories. You've got the cake, which of course he does force lift over the Dursleys' heads, and you've even got the book with the sock in, which Malfoy, not on purpose, gives to Dobby, freeing him, and there's some nice detail on that. But we'll take a look at these afterwards, as the main focus of this set is of course Dobby. And it comes with some really cool features. There's not much playability. This is a display model, though it comes with a few different accessories to be displayed with. But you've got this nice round base with this Dobby tile, which does look to be a sticker, which is a bit of a shame for a display model. Over time this can be worn down, and while stickers have definitely come a long way since their sort of 2008 stickers, they're still not exactly perfect. I guess printing, you can argue the same, will be worn over time, although it'll be worn down a lot less than a sticker. And if you were to catch this, it could just ruin it, flip it up at the corner, and before you know it the sticker's gone. So it's definitely a shame to get them in a display set, though I'm happy that the quality of stickers is good enough that it doesn't make it a big concern for many people. And of course, as it's a display set, it does mean that the arms don't have too much movability. Again, you can pose it so that he's force lifting the cake or that he's holding the book, and that is about it. There's a ball joint, but there's no real reason to move it back and forward. And he does come with the creepy fingers that you see on the Thanos mech. I've already said what I think about them, so go check out that video, but they definitely are creepy, and that's for sure. And overall, it does resemble Dobby very well. I think the only problem that I've noticed so far is his nose. Yes, it's very long. There's not much more I can say about it. It does look a bit long. I guess he is an elf, so the nose is definitely a bit longer than usual, though I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate to Dobby or not. From the front, it does look amazing. So perhaps we've just never seen Dobby side on. And of course, we do have the smile printed on, the eyes printed on. It's lovely to see. I just really wish we got that Dobby sticker printed on the base. It just would have really finished it off. And I don't think we've seen these in other sets. I mean, I'm sure the eyes can definitely be used for other figures, but I'm pretty sure they're unique to this model. So again, another bit of printing. I don't think it would have hurt too bad and just would have made it a lot more worth your money. I mean, Lego in general are staying away from stickers and even printed tiles. Something like this would definitely be printed, but sometimes the designers really just try to avoid any sort of detailing. And obviously for Dobby, the mouth, the eyes and the nameplate, they're the only things that really need to be printed. There was no need for any printing on the torso or stickers, and anywhere else, not on the feet, not on the back. So they've really done a good job with keeping the stickers and the printing very minimal. You can see the head does indeed rotate and he can see everything. So there are a few new pieces, loads of pieces that haven't been used in this skin color element. I'll put a picture of all the new elements on screen now for you to take a look at, and as you can see, there are so many in this set that have just been used for Dobby. So it weren't an easy set, and perhaps that is why we ended up getting the Dobby sticker rather than the printed tile, as it wasn't as necessary as the eyes and the mouth, which really would look creepy if you didn't have them with this set. But they've done a good job in recreating his robe. He is a bit squared off, and I've seen a few complaints about the Chewbacca that they haven't tried enough to round it off. Here they've sort of added a tile in the middle to give it more of a rounded feel, but especially at the front, this sort of pattern could have been replicated on the back with the reverse slopes on the underside, and it would have just made it look a bit more rounded, as they have just squared off the edge with a 2x6 plate on either side. And on the back of Dobby's head, you can see that they have given him some sort of, I don't know if it's hair coming out the back here, but that's what it looks like. And again, I think these top pieces, which usually represent car bonnets, are new in the fleshy colour, as well as this ball joint that holds Dobby's neck, and it does enable him to be looking down into the book and I guess looking up a bit more. Perhaps he's floating the cake a bit higher. And that is one of the only things I really wish came in this set. A few more of these round 2x2 bricks. I mean, The cake can still hover, and it hovers yay high off the ground, but I really wish we got a few more so we could at least hover it at his eye height, so he can be holding the book and the sock and just have the cake floating next to him. I just think it'd be really cool than comparing to having it just down here by his feet, especially when he's got himself his own base. I think once you consider how tall the base is and sit the cake next to it, it's pretty much just sitting on his feet. So I definitely would like to see a few more of these. If these are ever on the Pick a Brick wall, I'll probably have to buy them and raise the cake a little bit. But the cake itself is really good. You can see all the layers are put together really well with the use of these flower pieces. If you've seen any of my Pick a Brick videos or even building the city, you know I use so many of these and so many times that on the pad wall. This colour specifically, this lavender shade, is very useful, and I definitely own a few more of these than I probably should. So I like the way they used them for the frosting on the cake, and you've got all the red and green accents. The red acting as cherries and the green as, I guess, more icing or perhaps the filling of the cake. It's very well done for just a few flower pieces and studs on a few round plates. It gets across the detail very nicely, and of course, we couldn't have Dobby without his sock. He actually comes with a brick which enables it to be sort of clipped on, I guess more hooked on to the book that can be in Dobby's arms. But the sock itself is pretty straightforward. You can see they've rounded off the end, used a few slopes just to get that angle at the end of the sock, and overall it's quite a basic build, but it's very effective, much like the cake. And we do have the book, which is Tom Riddle's diary. We've got a very nice sticker just at the front here, and you can see my fingerprints are already getting on it, but you can see the stab wound that Harry makes with the snake's tooth and Tom's name just at the front, and that mark does go through right to the bottom, and it does look like they've just mirrored the sticker, which is very nice as it means that it's more or less identical on either side. In fact, it actually looks like the same sticker, which is very interesting. I guess it saves them having to design another one, but does mean that it just looks upside down on each side. And they've added the little golden hearts in the corner, which you do get one spare of. And again, I can put all the spare pieces on screen. In fact, if you go to Bricklink and open up the parts page, you yourself can see all the pieces, and right at the bottom they have a list of spare pieces. So go check that out if you are interested in the spare pieces. But of course, the sock does hook in, making sure I have the diary the right way up. You can hold it in Dobby's hands, just like so. You just have to make sure that the arms are angled up enough to hold the book, otherwise it will slip out. But it does look really cool, and especially having the book, the sock, the cake piece, are really cool accessories to add with this model. So now let's take a look and compare it to Hedwig. Now, you may ask, why am I comparing it to Hedwig? Because they're very different. Hedwig, of course, has this mechanism where the wings can flap up and down and isn't the easiest, but they have perfected it in the Horntail Dragon and with forks. But Dobby is roughly the same height when they're standing up next to each other. Again, it's a bit hard to see on camera, but Dobby and Hedwig do stand up to be the same height. There's probably about 2 bricks in it, maybe a brick and some plates in it, but it means that they look very nice on the shelf next to each other. And even if you have forks and the dragon with Harry on the front, they're very nice to display alongside each other. So if you already have Hedwig or some of the other buildable animals and are wondering if Dobby does fit alongside the display, he would, and I think honestly it looked very nice. You've got again the stickers at the front of each of the sets, and they do add up quite nicely. It's a slight different text, and I'm not sure if the other dragon and forks have a similar display to Hedwig or if they have their own text. But I do think these will look amazing on a shelf next to each other. And perhaps next year, where we're getting our rumoured Hedwig on the Privet Road sign, will be a similar scale to this Dobby, and they'll all look very nice next to each other. But if you are looking at getting Dobby, there are some really nice discounts again in my Lego deals video. We were able to find this for about £18 in Morrison's, and there are a few other stores selling it right now for that discounted price. And of course, if you don't mind spending the £25, I believe, retail price, do check out on lego.com, as there's a few gift with purchases throughout October we've got like 10, 11, 12 different gifts with purchases. So trick or treat, I don't know if Lego are giving us a lot of free Lego or just making us buy more. But check it out if you are interested, and of course, as it's just come out, no need to worry about it retiring this year, as you'll be able to pick it up on next year's discount, perhaps for even cheaper than it is sold now. And I hope you enjoyed this review of Dobby. Do leave a like if you enjoyed this review and got this far into the video. Be sure to subscribe for more reviews, mocks and other awesome Lego content. And as always, may the bricks be with you.